Well, hello. Welcome. It's been a little bit. Um, yeah, welcome to the Daily Edge, news and motivation. Um, been working on a few other things. It's taken me a while just to get back onto this platform and start doing, get back in it. Trying to figure out other ways to make some moolah so I can actually do what I would like to do. But, and news. We got the Iran crisis intensifies.
Protests across Iran have reached a boiling point, with at least 572 reported deaths. President Trump has stated that Iran wants to negotiate, but he is simultaneously weighing options for potential military strikes as the crackdown continues. 2. Post-Maduro Venezuela and the
Yeah.
Cuba warning. Following the recent...
So, yes, Iran, Israel, this is forever.
ouster of the Maduro regime, President Trump has issued a blunt warning to Cuba to make a deal or face consequences. Additionally, he has signaled he may keep ExxonMobil out of Venezuela after the CEO called the country uninvestable. 3.
Okay. ExxonMobil, huh? I thought he was talking to somebody. I was watching something Donald Trump was televising.
The Greenland sovereignty standoff. Greenland's prime minister has officially rejected U.S. attempts to take control of the territory, insisting its security is a matter for Denmark and NATO. This follows President Trump's repeated assertions that the U.S. will take control of the island, one way or the other. 4. Constitutional crisis at the Federal Reserve. A major showdown is occurring between the White House and the U.S. Central Bank. Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell is facing a potential criminal indictment from the DOJ, which Powell claims is a move to force the Fed to follow direct executive orders. 5. Protests in Minneapolis. Massive anti-ICE demonstrations have erupted following the fatal shooting of Renee Good by federal agents. The White House has labeled the incident an act against a domestic terrorist, a claim local officials are currently disputing. Quick motivational tie-in, asterisk. The world is moving fast and the stakes are high. In times of global noise, the best thing you can do is find your soft reset, focus on your own mission, and stay grounded while others are spinning. Would you like me to pull some
So, that's the start of how wonderful our world is right now. Yeah. So I had a lot to say and whatnot, and I'm watching all these people word vomit and on both sides. My opinion, clearly both are wrong. If you're a 10-year vet, yeah, you should be standing in front of the vehicle to make sure it doesn't move, because the person shouldn't try to run over or try to get around a person that's clearly standing in front of them, whether it be a police officer or a person, a civilian, or an ICE officer, immigration officer. You just don't do that. I try to think. I put my was young and dumb once, and one time me and a group of friends decided at dark, so people couldn't really see us, we'd wait for a car to start coming, and right when they about got to us, we'd run across the road and start acting like we're kicking the shit out of one of them. You know, whether it was me getting my ass beat or doing the ass beating. So we a few vehicles, right? Then we did it and didn't realize that it was a police officer. Now, just obviously she wasn't doing that, but he pulled his guns out on us, said, "God damn it, don't fucking move." What did we do? We stopped. We froze. We didn't fucking move. Another time we driving around and threw a firecracker out the window. I think I was 15. Well, somebody in that area called the cops and got our license plate or whatever, and we were hanging out at a school playground, skateboarding and whatnot, and 6 cops pulled up. Did we go run away or try to? No, we complied with what they said. Um, the woman clearly said she wasn't mad, but I mean, should have she been shot and killed? No, no, she shouldn't have. Hopefully, it's been working the whole time. Did he get hit by a vehicle? Yes. A life-threatening? No. So, but I also think if the shoe was on my foot and I was in my vehicle and I did that just to local law enforcement, I would feel like they would have the right to defend themselves. So it's a really, two wrongs don't make a right. The negativity that's going on in this world it's gone too far, way too far. And maybe this is the best we've ever lived. I hear people say that too, is the world used to be so much worse 300 years ago or 100 years ago or whatever. I don't know. I think just like everything, it's circumstantial. It's where you were. It's what you were doing. It's what you're putting your thoughts and intention into. If your thoughts and intention are to, plow the fields and raise crops or animals 100+ years ago, then that's probably what your life was about. If you're going around and want to be an activist and want to fight with what you think is right, good for you too. You should be able to do that. That's not how you change laws. That's not how it should work. In my opinion, if you are here legally, you shouldn't be here. If you're in the process of working to get your, whatever, however the system works, because I haven't looked into it, then you should be able to wrap that up. And if for some reason it took that long or you just stopped doing it, why? Because the previous people that were in charge clearly weren't going to force you to do it. Maybe they should get a little leeway and, hey, I don't know what it is because I don't know, didn't look into it, but let's say we give you 2 years to become a U.S. citizen, but you quit and it's been 5 years. Maybe we give you a couple months to get back on track. And long as you're getting back on track, we let it go. I don't know. I think everybody is wrong on all sides of the fucking situation, though. It sickens me watching people, say all the shit that people are saying on both sides. And I think I think you get a lot farther if you listened instead of blah, you know. I don't fucking know. Well, Minnesota, definitely illegal shouldn't be there. Definitely you shouldn't be in the United States unless you're visiting if you don't put the United States first. If you want to go through and you want to be a citizen of the United States, I'm sure there's countless shit you got to know. You know, we got to make sure that you're not here to just take our money and send it back to your country. Although to a certain aspect, you should be able to. And with that being said, I mean, like, if you come here, you're busting your ass at a job, you're making money, and you want to send some money back to your grandma, your mom, or your brother by means of like a couple $1,000 so maybe they can get a plane ticket or they can whatever, then yeah, you know, might go a long ways there. But if you're sending hundreds of thousands of dollars plus, I don't disagree with you know, the bad people to get the fuck out of here. If you don't have good intentions. The reason why 99% of us just go to a fucking job every day and live oblivious to everything and be happy is because we fucking bust our ass and we pay the fucking taxes and everything that everybody's ripping off. And maybe I'm blind to that. Maybe there's a whole nother side to that. I don't know. Anything else going on nationally today?
Good luck with the stream. Here are your 5 top stories for today, January 12th, 20.
That's not what I meant there, AI buddy. What about nationally? Anything else nationally? Thank you.
Here are the top national stories to round out your segment. These are perfect for hitting that 2026 affordability and accountability theme. 1. Okay. The Greenland Annexation Act. A major legislative bomb was dropped today. Congressman Randy Fine, Florida, introduced the Greenland Annexation and Statehood Act. It authorizes the president to take whatever steps necessary to acquire Greenland. This is shifting from a Twitter rumor to actual landmark legislation focused on Arctic shipping lanes and national security. 2. The Housing Affordability Initiative. The White House just announced a major push to limit private equity groups from buying single-family homes. This is a massive domestic story because it's a direct attempt to cool the housing market for regular families. Expect this to be a huge talking point as the 2026 midterm season begins. 3. Gas prices and the Venezuela effect. Domestic gas prices are seeing a sharp drop this week. The administration is claiming this is a direct result of the U.S. taking control of Venezuela's oil sales following Maduro's ouster. The president is meeting with oil executives today to discuss making these lower prices permanent through 2026. 4. RFK Jr. and the public health rollback. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is making waves by revoking $11 billion in public health funding for cities and counties. This is part of a broader move to decentralize medical research and shift recommendations on childhood vaccines, which is sparking a massive debate between the administration and local health officials. 5. The $10 billion child care funding halt. The administration has faced intense backlash today after moving to halt more than $10 billion in federal child care and family assistance. Supporters call it cutting the fat, while critics call it cruel, but it's the #1 trending topic for parents across the country right now. Live stream strategy tip. Since you're going live at 1:15, maybe title the segment Greenland Statehood?
Maybe.
Plus, why your gas just got cheaper.
Could do that, actually. Plus, well, your gas just got
Thumbnail.
cheaper.
Use that three-element rule.
We surely will. We surely will. So, yeah, bunch of bullshit, really. I wonder if you guys think the government's going too far on all the cutting the corners, or if you guys they're doing it right, and who you are in a social scale, I suppose, would also matter. Kind of struggling to want to do these news segments because fuck the world. I mean, do we need Venezuela to? I don't know. It's kind of what we've done and what we've been doing for the last 50 years. Just get so big to take over everything. All right, so let's that is all I got on the news. I know the last few months been way too many deaths that I know of. So rest in peace to everybody that has passed away that I've ever met or known or family. I don't know, I feel like something that's weird, or maybe, I don't know, let me know if anybody's around their mid 40s and that's when they realize a lot of people they know are life stopped for a lot of people I knew lately. So, and the world kind of seems shittier now. So that's the news. It just brings you down. What about some motivation to get us through all these shitty times?
To keep your audience locked in and retention high, here is a short, punchy motivational angle that cuts through the noise. They control the controllable strategy. When the world feels like a dumpster fire, people look for a leader who is grounded. Use this frame for your segment. The world is a storm, you are the anchor. Acknowledge that the headlines are heavy. Greenland, Iran, inflation. But remind them, watching the storm doesn't stop the rain. The micro-win habit. Encourage your viewers to stop trying to solve.
Okay, so what is that one? The world is a storm, you are the anchor. Acknowledge that the headlines are heavy, obviously, all the shit we just talked about. Watching the storm doesn't stop the rain. Now, I feel like you could take that a few different ways. Because I don't know if I really like that one, because you can't really, I'm sure maybe scientists and somebody can, but you can't really stop the rain. You can start the rain. I don't know if we figured out how to stop it yet. Okay. The micro win.
The global crisis and start solving the crisis on their own desk. If you can't fix the Fed, fix your morning routine. If you can't stop a war, start a project you've been putting off. The quiet strength vibe. In 2026, the loudest person isn't the one winning. It's the person who stays calm while everyone else is panicking. That is the ultimate soft reset. Live stream quick.
All right. The quiet strength. In 2026, the loudest person isn't the one winning. It's the person who stays calm while everyone else is panicking. That is the ultimate soft reset. Look, the world is a mess today. Between Greenland, statehood, global protests, it's easy to feel small. But we aren't here through the chaos. We're here to build through it. Let's get into the facts. Then let's get to work. That's how I should have started this one. Maybe I'll cut it up at some point in time. Oh, shit. So there's some short little quippy things. It's hard. It's hard to stay motivated. It's hard to stay not defeated. Thanks, dear. It's hard to stay not defeated when you're see this shit all the time. You can't, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a temporary fix, though, my love. You know, sometimes just doing things for yourself can make you feel better, especially if you give a lot or you worry a lot. For me, walking, painless walking, I should say, helps me clear my mind, feel a little better. Probably go on a walk today. I don't know. I wish I knew what to do or where to go or what to say to somehow change the world in a positive way. I've been kind of on a journey last 6 months or so, and everything's fucked up. You kind of just got to believe in yourself and do whatever you want. You know, if the life you want to lead is blind and happy and whatever, maybe you figured it out already, or maybe your life is, you know, figuring it out and what went on and when and how and why. Maybe that's part of your life. Maybe when you go through your Facebook feed, there's nothing but positive scrolling. You know, maybe you don't see this negativity. I came across a few very positive or short creators or entrepreneurs, artists, whatever you want to be called, whatever you want to say. That helps me get through the day sometimes. World Minds. But for motivation, you just got to do it. You just got to wake up, try to be as positive as possible, and listen. I would say listening is the start. And hopefully, if you're listening, when it's your turn to speak, they'll listen. And we come to a compromise in this world instead of thinking that it has to be one way or another. Because it doesn't. It never did. Well, I think I'm gonna probably see if Alondra wants to get back into the maybe you know segments tonight, and we'll get one of our. I don't know. I'm thinking more like maybe you know why the world's so fucked up, and maybe we'll get some people to talk about it or help me understand whatever it is. Maybe I can help you understand. Any positive news today? Maybe we cured a disease today. Or
Yes, absolutely. If the world news feels like a dumpster fire, these 5 stories are the fire extinguishers. You can use these to pivot your stream toward that positive momentum vibe. 1. The medical hidden signal breakthrough. Researchers just announced, January 12th, they've discovered a brain activity pattern that can predict Alzheimer's years before symptoms appear. This is a game changer for early treatment and actually gives people a head start on a disease that used to be a wait and see situation. 2. Grocery and fast food prices are dropping. A major study released today shows that households are seeing a 5% drop in grocery spending and even bigger cuts at fast food restaurants. While it's partly tied to the rise of new weight loss medications like Ozempic changing demand, the body is showing some cooling signs. 3. A health record for the history books. The world just officially set a record for global health improvements in early 2026. From new at-home testing kits for serious infections to a massive 30% reduction in preterm births, thanks to a new pilot program in Florida, the actual boots-on-the-ground health of people is getting better, even if the headlines don't say so. 4. Solar energy efficiency shattered. We've hit a positive tipping point in green tech. New perovskite silicon solar cells have officially reached 34% efficiency, up from the standard 24%.
good.
What this means for your audience: portable solar for homes and vehicles is about to get much cheaper and more powerful this year. 5. The bees have rights precedent. In a wild but beautiful win for the environment, the Amazonian stingless bee has become the first insect in the world to be granted legal rights. It sounds small, but it's a massive legal win for conservationists that helps protect the world's most critical pollinators. The live transition. I know the headlines are heavy, but look at the fine print. We're curing diseases earlier, solar power is getting cheaper, and even the cost of food is finally starting to dip. The system is noisy, but human innovation is actually winning. Let's focus on that energy.
All right. Well, there's some positivity at least. We got a little bit of positivity. Well, keep it about there. Join us tonight, 8 o'clock. Maybe you know while the world's seemingly taking a shit right now. Or they're not taking a shit. Maybe it's all for the better. Or maybe you don't have a comment about that or want to have a conversation about that and you got something else in mind. Join us tonight. Peace.